Welcome into Film Friday on the Arrowhead Addict podcast. I'm Matt Verderame, and you probably think we're going to do the ring around the posy play, but we're not. We're going to do the play after that. Why? Because the ring around the posy play has been seen a million times. It was really fun. We might even see it again. Don't put it past Andy Reid and company. But I think the next play, a play that is not trickery, is not deceit, but is just what the Chiefs do, and I think what they're going to do a lot of in the red zone in the playoffs, is maybe more informative and something we can learn a little bit more from. And so at this point in the game, the Chiefs are driving for what is about to be their third touchdown. They're looking to, I think it's fair to say, put the game on ice, considering the way it was going in the first half. Okay. And they're, of course, going to get a field goal here late after a turnover, but that's immaterial. What we want to focus on here is the Chiefs giving the Raiders a condensed look. And what does that mean? It means reduced splits. They're inside the numbers, all 11 guys. Chiefs have this ball on the left hash. Now, typically, if you're going to run the ball down here wide, you're going to run to the field side, which is to say toward where there's more field, right? Where there's more space. So that would be the right-hand side if you're looking at it from the Chiefs' perspective. But as you'll see in a second, that's not what's going to happen. The Chiefs are lined up in terms of personnel and something very simple. Just an 11 personnel look. You've got the 5 linemen in the quarterback, get McKinnon in the backfield, Kelsey in line blocking on the left-hand side, Juju Smith-Schuster next to him. And then wide right, you have MVS in the slot and Toney out to the far side of the formation. The Raiders counter, 4 down linemen, 1 backer in the middle, and a dime look. Okay, so they want to have speed on the field. They're anticipating that the Chiefs, who just took a penalty on that ring around the posy play, okay, they're anticipating perhaps a pass here. They're not going to get it. Instead, what's going to happen is the Chiefs are going to run a jet sweep to Kadarius Toney, who just scored but had the touchdown taken away. Kansas City loves Toney's ability to get into open space, but also to navigate through tight little windows and creases and crevices in a defense. And that's what we're going to watch on this play. And this is why I think the Chiefs are going to use this a ton. Even if Hardman comes back and is healthy, certainly he'll get his run, and he should. But Kadarius Toney is becoming a real force for the Chiefs. He is a problem. He high points the ball. He's excellent in terms of movement with the football in his hands. And we're going to see that on this play. So as we start to run it, Toney's going to come across the formation, okay? And he's going to get the ball. Now, what I want you to notice, and maybe even if you have to, you can rewind for a quick second. When he goes in motion, the whole defense, the entire defense, takes a couple steps toward Toney. They're respecting the fact that this is going to go his way. That's not going to be lost on Andy Reid. I guarantee you they're going to show this at some point in a playoff game, and they're going to get the same kind of movement from the defense because you have to respect his speed, and they're going to run a counter to this. They're either going to run to the right side or they're going to throw to the right side because the whole defense will be moving the wrong way. But on this play, the Raiders, they shift over. They're putting themselves in a better position. Now, Mahomes is going to end up handing the ball off to Toney. Okay, he's no pitch, just a straight handoff. And he's going to run around left end. The Raiders have numbers. If you look from the hash to the boundary, okay, the Raiders have 6, and arguably, if you want to talk about the tackle right over Humphrey, 7 guys in the play. But I'll say 6 because that tackle's not going to make the play. Has no chance. Okay. The Chiefs only have 4 blocking on that end. Like, the numbers say, especially on the short side of the field, the Raiders should have this bottled up no problem, even as fast as Toney is and as elusive as he is. What I want you to watch as we run this play here is going to be when Toney gets the ball, the explosiveness to the edge. Now, you look at this and say, how in the world does he get in the end zone, right? I mean, he's surrounded here by a wall of Raiders. The Chiefs really have done an okay job of blocking this. Like, Juju is up front. He's out in front. He's about 7-8 yard line. He's going to block that DB. Kelsey's job is to climb to the second level. He's at about the 12-yard line right now. That's about right where he should be. Toney's trying to get a very hard reach block at the 10-yard line, and Orlando Brown is right next to Toney. He's kicking the guy out. But Toney's got to make a guy miss who's at the 10-yard line, who's right there. I mean right there, because Kelsey's going to try to climb. Toney's got to make a guy miss. Okay, he might even have to make 2 guys miss. Most players here they're down at the 10 or 11-yard line. Okay, and it's a dead play, and it's third down. The Chiefs are trying to convert there. Instead, what you're going to watch in a second is you watch Juju make the block, you watch Kelsey make the block. They create a beautiful seal. But before even that happens, I want you to watch Toney, who makes a guy miss in a very, very tight spot. So as we run it, Toney's going to come through, and he beats him with speed. Doesn't even try to give him a stutter, just flat beats him to the edge, right? Which is incredible considering that the Raiders, they had the angle here. Now they got a problem. Smith-Schuster, great block on the edge. He's been excellent in blocking all year long. You see it here. Absolutely, the old Vince Lombardi. What you want to see is a seal here and a seal here, and you want to run that play in the alley. Well, this would make Vince proud, okay? Kelsey gets the seal. He gets around the edge, and he turns the guy out. It's perfectly done. Doesn't try to wash him to the sideline. Instead, turns, seals. Smith-Schuster doesn't try to block him through the end zone where the guy could maybe slide off one way or the other, blocks him right out of bounds. And then as you'll see, Toney's going to hit this hole hard. He's going to hit it fast, okay? So we're going to run it, and you're going to watch as Toney gets right through. Now, still looks, because of the angles, even though the Chiefs blocked this well, look, this is a successful play right here. You can see if you look close, the first down markers at about the 5.5. Toney's got the first down, okay? This is going to be first and goal. They're under a minute to go in the half. This is fine. But Toney's going to go the extra distance here. He's going to make a couple more guys miss. He's going to fight through a really hard high tackle, clean tackle, but a hard tackle. And he's going to get to the pylon. As we run it through, you see what speed and explosiveness does. Toney gets in there. Touchdown, Kansas City. One play after ring around the Posey goes for naught. They get the touchdown anyway. You see Kelsey at the 4-yard line, very happy about it, celebrating right in front of Cleveland Farrell there. You're going to see this in the playoffs. The Chiefs are going to try and do this. I guarantee you're going to see jet sweeps. You're going to see a little push passes. The Chiefs went out and got Kadarius Toney for peanuts if this is what this kid is going to play like. Because right now, he is the most explosive player on this team. And if there's a good bet for who's the guy who's just going to showcase his skills in the playoffs and have a game where everybody goes, wow, what are his numbers? Kadarius Toney might be that guy, and plays like this and traits like he showed on plays like this are why. Kadarius Toney, the Chiefs, a dangerous combination going into the playoffs.